Hi, I'm Niko from Rimbacher.
My name is Reisca. I'm from Rimbacher, bass player, songwriter.
I'm the singer.
We've been very, really good, really good.
A bit tired. I was working and I drove like maybe 3 hours. So, but it's good. It's good. Yeah. So we're from Jyväskylä, central Finland, and
Our genre is AoR and hard rock.
yeah, and we formed in actually we have reformed in 2020, but we had a like an early version of the band in
18, 17,
2018.
18,
Yeah,
yeah.
we released one single back then, and
We were
yeah,
pretty messed up, so then we decided to have a bit of a break, and then start with a couple of lineup changes and stuff, and
yeah,
then then we proceeded from there, and now the debut album is coming,
yeah.
so we're really excited. Yeah,
Once we started to make some material, we decided to like sit down and take time for songwriting stuff. And we got our newest member, the guitar player. Actually, he's not the newest member anymore, but like the guitar player had some studios equipment at home, so we had a good like pre-production. So we took our time to make songs, and then we started recording, and we recorded our album in several places. So it's not like in one studio and then it's done. We have actually spent 4 years of recording.
yeah, and it was at the time when there was coronavirus stuff. We
COVID.
really COVID. Yeah, uh, we at some I thought there were those points where we weren't able to make the album right away,
Yeah,
and because we had a very tight band at that time, and then when it was able to perform somewhere, we always took the gigs
yeah,
and started putting together a live show as well, and 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 at those times the album was on hiatus, and then we started kind of again making the album here and there.
yeah. But we were rehearsing at the time as well, so the band was pretty tight before our like first gig. So we really took the time to become a good performing band before we release anything. Stuff. I think that because we're like heavily influenced with those 80s hair metal bands and stuff like that, so the show is really important in our music as well.
Kind of it's our
Yeah,
main focus,
yeah,
and see, and from there when we have actually some recordings made that aren't put together the same way we perform them live. So when we're performing live, there are kind of a different like arrangements when we're
yeah,
performing them
yeah,
live with the harmonic vocals and stuff.
yeah,
And so they are not exactly the
yeah. Of
same
course.
way they're played on the album, as well as the solos, guitar solos.
Yeah, yeah,
There are
yeah,
some solos are pre-made, but others are like on the spot playing.
yeah. I think we do some like improv stuff on stage versus the records, of course. But like the main thing, because uh, we're basically musicians, so we have took the musicianship mm, as like it's our thing to be good musicians, and then combine it with like hard rocking and with good attitude, great attitude, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that is really important to us to be a good musical band, but rock hard as well.
Yeah. I believe we all have kind of a different influences in
Yeah,
our music. So basically, uh, for example, I listen to a lot of AOR and 70s stuff,
Art rock,
hard rock,
art rock.
art rock,
Yeah,
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 art rock, yeah, yeah. And our guitar players, they're Osku's a heavy metal player, and Jimbo's talent comes from prog rock
and
and the
blues,
blues
really
and
blues based. But
classic rock,
yeah,
yeah, classic heavy, and yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of it's a great mixture of all those influences combined together, uh, and the sound comes from there.
Yeah, and well, for me, AC/DC is the biggest ever. So I don't have like too many
Influences.
singers in. Yeah, it's mostly the bands and actually the guitar players.
But yeah,
Yeah,
our music resembles
a lot. Yeah.
a lot of bands like early Def Leppard and
You know, the early 80s and the early 70s stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like the live show wise? Is there any band other than ACDC that you think that helped you really to get your live performance out there as well?
I don't know, well, Guns N' Roses maybe. It's and you know,
Yeah.
it's a Sunset Strip kind of vibe. Well, basically because we have performed like a lot of years before our band, so it comes kind of naturally how we are on stage. The all influences when I look at singers, I look at guitar players. It's mainly we don't we don't try to copy anyone. It's
Yeah.
basically we just do what we do,
Yeah.
and yeah,
And aiming to be very genuine
yeah,
while doing it.
yeah, no gimmicks.
No gimmicks. This first album, we like Nico said earlier, we were demoing our stuff like 4 years ago, and then doing the pre-production of those demos and practicing it on a rehearsals place. But usually it comes from an idea of one person,
Yeah.
and
There's usually three of us, our guitar player Jim and me and Reisca. Reisca is the one who basically writes all the lyrics.
yeah, yeah,
And I become with the most part of the, you know, the arrangements and some guitar riffs, intros. And Jim is like the melody guy. He
yeah.
and then we just put ideas down. We recorded them in and then we just put the pieces together. But it's basically us three who
Us three
makes,
mainly,
yeah,
yeah.
mainly, and then
Occasionally
yeah,
Oscar as well. But yeah, I believe when it comes to the time when we will have our second album in the making, we will have basically all of us doing the compositions as
yeah,
well. But
yeah,
this first one was basically around the three,
yep.
me, Nico, and Jimbo.
And well, of course, when we rehearse the stuff for the live gigs, uh, everybody puts their own input into the songs. We don't have like you have to play exactly the line we have made. It's like whatever you can come up with, and yeah. But I can be a really pain in the ass when it comes to drum parts and stuff like that.
On our debut album, High Hopes on the Rocks, the main theme uh, is is around the struggles of life and those kind of a little bit of twist from a mental health issues and stuff like that. But I believe that there is a yeah, yeah.
I think there's a lot of different kinds of songs, but like lyric wise, we like to have a some lighter stuff like partying and stuff like what which belongs to the genre as well.
But
But for me,
there's also
yeah,
the other side of the quarter,
yeah,
like for example, cocaine as a nicotine stains is pretty much about being in the same social circles constantly all the time, which involves a lot of
alcohol
drinking,
and yeah,
drinking and partying, and which doesn't give you any high and highs anymore.
yeah. and then there's like lots of, I like to like I like stuff that are inspirational to people. So the High Hopes on the Rocks is actually a good name for the record because I like, believing in yourself, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And we like to encourage people to think with your own brains. And you know, we didn't go to a one studio. We have done some of our like drum tracks in a studio, and then we did some drum tracks in our own rehearsal place. Then the guitars we have mainly recorded
In our home
in,
studios.
yeah, home studios, and the vocals as well at the home studio, because, well, we didn't have any money.
Yeah,
A
we
lot,
were definitely
yeah,
broke. This
yeah,
album was made with actually €0.
yeah.
But eventually,
Mhm.
eventually, our mixer for the album, Alexi Hirvonen, really did a good job in putting it together, so we could sound
We
like
had like a lot of tracks,
a lot of
a lot
tracks.
of guitars, a
Yeah,
lot of everything, multi-layered vocals and stuff. So
I believe I
it was a really hard job.
I believe the total track number is probably somewhere around 600,
Yep,
maybe. And
like
then,
tracks only. So
Wow.
but yeah, there are
yeah,
lots of layers,
mm,
and I believe we really did an
yeah,
album that we are really proud of
yeah, yeah,
because it has that 80s vibe. It has all those reverbs and
and yeah, yeah.
all the energy. It can be, yeah.
Everything sounds big, and it was like uh, putting bits of pieces together, and it was like a long and hard process to do, but it ended up pretty good because we weren't, uh, how do you say it? We were like really determined that everything has to be right before we weren't too loose with you do whatever you want. We were with the process with the guy who's mixing the thing, Alexi, and he would always send us a mix, and then we would no, change that, change that's good. I think we were the pain in his ass a long time.
But I'm pretty sure he's really proud of the
Yeah,
outcome
yeah,
as well.
and it's pretty good for the money we put,
Yeah.
which was basically we paid off to Alexi only for the mix, and the recording was free to us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a good deal, I
yeah,
would say.
yeah,
Because like recording itself wasn't that hard. We really focused on that while recording. We were really focused on
yeah,
that we only have like a few takes, and for the guitar parts, we tried really hard to make the player the most comfortable
yeah.
he could feel at the time of the take. And there are actually not so many of those uh,
Over that. Well,
overdubs
there
and
is some bits and
edits,
pieces.
but really little pieces here and there. But there are mostly the whole record is made with only maybe one, two, or three takes per
Yeah,
track.
but the sounds, like putting the sounds together with the guitars, was also a long process because our guitar players are freaking perfectionists with
Yeah.
the sound, which is a good thing. But I'm a bit impatient sometimes, so I just want like, okay, that sounds good already. Come on, it's ready. And no, wait, wait.
But then we have to admit like
Yeah,
after that,
yeah,
yeah, well, actually you were right. This is
yep,
a bit better.
yep.
But yeah, we did a lot of reamping.
Yeah,
So during the recording process, we
yeah,
didn't have the final sounds, but we did the reamping like at
Yeah.
the rehearsals place, and
Yeah.
we got the tube sound.
Yeah.
The next one is going to be easier.
Yeah. It's gonna
And then
be
the next one we will record like during maybe 2-3 week time fully.
yeah, and maybe trying some live recording in the studio, like the band actually playing the parts on the spot, because this one was one instrument at a time. So yeah, more like natural vibe.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we are really eager to learn some new techniques
Yeah.
while recording. So maybe we will come out with something new and special for our following album.
Yeah. Uh, basically, half the material for the next album is already like written.
Mostly
Yeah.
written but not rehearsed.
Yeah. So we don't have any like gig booker. So we are still like on our own basically. So we sell our own gigs. So maybe there's not a lot of shows, but
We want to
yeah,
stick to that quality of the
yeah,
shows.
yeah,
So I believe we will we are and we will always be a live band. But we put so much effort to our live show that we have our own mixer guy, Karppa.
and then we have our like own uh, light system on some of the gigs. But the thing, when our vehicle starts from our rehearsal place to a gig, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So we can't just go in random place to play. It has to be like that that we can afford to go to the gig, because it's not negotiable for us to go in a place where there's a sound guy we don't know, PA system we don't know. So
But usually those good venues we have performed at, they do have like really good PA systems, and we only
yeah,
have our own mixing table
yeah.
and our own sound guy, and they have been pretty good gigs.
This is the ultimate question ever.
Listen to that album; it's really
Yeah,
good.
it's a really good album. And come to the gigs.
Come to the gigs.
It's rock and roll, basic stuff. Nothing new, but good times.
Good time.